as well as being able to get a bottle of water. If you want to take a pretzel with you or an apple or something like that, if you feel you're not going to make it through the morning, take any of the extra food that's sitting out there. When you come back, we have pizza and hoagies for everyone as well.
So we got 50 trees going in, and we are we're doing 7 different groups, and I hope all of you know what group you're in, right? No? All right. So when you get to your planting location with your group, there's going to be a white circle with a T in it. That just means where you're going to plant the tree. The circle does not mean anything. That does not mean how big your hole is going to be. Your tree is going to look something like this. First thing you're going to do, cut off all this stuff, get it out of the bag. Notice there are no soil around the roots, which makes them really light, unlike the 300-pound balled and burlap trees. When you look at this is actually your planting depth. Probably what, about 1.5 feet or so? And this right here is the root flare. The root flare is the point where the roots come out, and these cells up here want to be exposed and dry. These want to be covered and wet. So this is your depth, and this is actually your width too, but you can go out a little bit more. The more grass you remove, the better, because grass sucks away the water from the tree. You can't really prune off any branches, but you want to have them parallel to your homes are in the back here and your street is up here. Let's pretend this is the street and your home's back here. You don't want something like this big branch growing into the home or into the street, because later on it's going to have to be pruned off. So try your best to have them parallel to both the street and the homes. These roots are going to flare out in a radial fashion. You don't want them going around like this. They're going to keep going around in a circle. They're going to choke the tree. You want them all to point out this way. Sometimes you might have to take a root and move it a little bit just so that happens. You might have to stick one in the ground if it's too long. You might have to even trench a little bit for one of the roots. All right, so you put it back in the hole on top of that cone. Then have somebody shoveling the soil back in. The best way to do it, I found, use your hand and work it into these areas. Get these air pockets out of there. And go around with your foot, tapping it a little bit, just to work out those air pockets. You got the tree straight, you got the soil back in, you got it up to the root flare, which is right over here. Next part is the mulch. Now, remember I said we cannot cover this part. This should always be exposed up until here. The mulch can come over this way. It's like a donut, all the way around. When you're done that, you have to stake these trees. These are the stakes. Stick it in the ground at an angle away from the tree. Put this over it. Drive it down about 1 foot. It's real fun. All the materials are at the location. The tools are with your team leaders. And I'd like to thank you all for coming out. This is our 4th one, and this is the biggest crowd we've had, which is awesome. Thank you.